Oh, so many spider webs. Ew. This might have been a bad idea. I've got so much spider web on me. Oh my gosh, there's one right in front of my face. Get out of here. Oh gosh, there's so much spider web on me. This is like a nightmare right now. I'm covered in spider webs. I've seen about 1,000 spiders, but I'm trying to get to a spot I've never fished before. And this is the only way I can get there. I'll explain in a minute. This is very much a nightmare right now. Oh, cool. Oh. Well, okay. Oh, okay. Golly. Oh. Well, that was miserable. So this is my first time fishing off the paddleboard so far this year. And I've just got one setup. It's a BFS setup, and I've got a pretty interesting rig on there right now, and I'm gonna show you that in a minute. But I'm actually fishing a body of water I've never fished before. It is a private body of water, and the only way that I can get in here is going through that little tunnel that I went through, so I figured I would give it a shot. I'm glad I made it through, but my gosh, I'm telling you, that was miserable. Don't think I'll do that very often. So like I said, I've got a super interesting rig on here today. This is actually my BFS setup, and this is a micro Alabama rig. Shout out to Enzo, he watches the channel, and he reached out to me on Instagram and asked if he could send me some of these. And I said, I don't know if I'll fish them or not, but if you send them, I might try. And he did, and I was really impressed when it showed up, so I had to rig it up immediately. And that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna start with that. If it works, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. I've just got 3 1/32 ounce mule jigs on there with donkey tail juniors. I feel like this should catch just about anything that swims. There's one. My drag slipped. I might need to tighten my drag a little bit. It's not a bad fish though. It's actually a pretty decent one. First bass on the micro Alabama rig, and also first bass in the paddleboard for this year. And it's a pretty good one. Oh no! I kind of high sticked my rod and it gave him some leverage and he popped free. It was about a 15-inch bass. He was healthy looking. Well, good news is this thing does in fact draw bites. Bad news is I didn't play that fish properly. I probably should have brought my net, but I forgot it, so life goes on. Holy smokes, I just saw a giant bass. Oh my gosh. That was a freaking toad. He's probably spooked, but you never know. Here comes a little one. He's got it. That's not the giant I saw. I saw like a 5-pounder. This one's not bad though. Good one for the BFS setup. This is definitely not the big one I saw though. All right. Gosh dang it. Well, he popped free. My gosh. Now I'm kind of wishing I would have brought my net. There's one. All right, of course, I'm probably gonna land the dinkiest fish that I hook all day. The first couple fish that I hooked were respectable. This one right here, of course, is the one I land. Oh my gosh, chill out. I don't wanna hook in my finger, so you gotta chill, buddy. All right, we're on the board, man. Took me long enough. I really don't think that the micro Alabama rig is the play today. That being said, obviously I can catch fish on it. I do think a slower moving presentation would probably be a better bet, but that's all good. See you, buddy. There's one. A little bit better than the last one. There we go. There we go. There you go. Oh my gosh, this one ate it while I just dropped it. I was repositioning and a nice one ate it. Okay, this is crazy. All right, I just let it sink down to the bottom. This one ate it. Good, it's my best fish yet. Out of all the fish I've landed, that is. I hooked one's bigger than this, but they don't count. All right. Respectable fish. He's got a nice, pretty lateral line, but he's pretty skinny. Buddy needs a reel meal. All right. See you, buddy. Okay, quick update. Enzo, I really like this micro Alabama rig, and I think I'm gonna put this thing to use on a lot of fish in the future, but I think the conditions are just wrong today. I think the fish are pretty sluggish and lethargic, and they want something slower moving. They don't seem like they're actively feeding. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to something that I used recently and had success with, that being the little Keitech Mono Spin Jig with the Burro Bug. So this is a much slower, little bulky presentation. I'm just gonna drift that around the weed beds, fish it nice and slow, and I trust that it's gonna catch me some nice bass. So let's get back to fishing. This wind is killing me. Not a great day for a paddleboard, but you know what? I'm having fun nonetheless. There's one. This one was way up in the shallows, up in that little shady area. Oh my gosh, it's a dinky pike. It's a dinky pike. Thank goodness I got him in the mouth. Good news, I've got a good hook set and I was fast. Okay, chill out, buddy. So slimy. Slimy critter. All right. Well, that right there is a dinky pike, but it's a fish and I'll take it. There's one. I went to go paddle and I felt the bite right when I went to grab my paddle. Oh, it's a jumbo yellow perch. My goodness. That's a donkey of a perch. Holy smokes, folks. I think that might be a picture-worthy fish. Look at that fish. I wish I had my measuring board. That's a freaking donkey and a half. Holy cannoli. Oh, my phone is literally, it's been sitting in the sun and it says the temperature is too high, so I guess no photo of this guy. That's okay. This little micro jig, it's a multi-species bait, my friends. I've now caught bass, pike, yellow perch, sunfish, and crappie on it. So, not on this trip, obviously, but between the 2 trips I've used this thing, I've caught numerous species of fish. There he is. I saw this bass. He was cruising in front of the dock, and I decided I better flip it in front of him. And I'm glad I did. It's not a bad fish. There you go. And he choked that thing, man. Think he likes that jig? I think he likes that jig, my friends. I'm wondering if this fish might be garden fry. There's a nice bluegill down there. I don't think the bluegill are gonna be able to get their mouth around this jig though. There's one. Oh, that might be a better fish. That fish hammered it. This might be a pike, I wonder. Either that or a big bass. We're about to find out. Holy gosh, this is big. This is big. What is this? I think it's a big pike. Oh my gosh, it's a big pike. Well, I wasn't expecting this. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. That's a big one. Oh my gosh, look at that rod. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a deep flex down the backbone, my friends. I don't know how he hasn't broke my line. Oh my gosh. I don't know how he hasn't broke my line, because it looks like the jig is down his throat. He does not want to come in this paddleboard, and I don't know necessarily what I'm going to do here. Look at that. That's a heck of a pike. All right. Let's figure this out. I don't even know where my jig is. It's down his throat. Please don't. Oh, freaking freak. Dadgummit. This is why I need to bring a net, my friends. I did not expect to catch a big old pike like that. He just broke my jig off. Shoot. Son of a gun, that was totally my fault. I mean, I'm glad I landed the pike. I'm sad that he broke off. I lost my jig, and obviously it's in his mouth. I don't really like doing that. You know, that was my fault. I should have brought a net with me. You live and you learn. Totally forgot it. I thought about it for a brief second before I left, and then something else came up, and then my squirrel brain just completely forgot. So that's my fault. Sad I lost the jig. I do have some more, so I am gonna rig up just another one. That was a really nice pike, and man, that thing literally my rod was like way down. It was bent way down the blank. That was wild. I've never had my BFS rod bent that much. That was fun. So you live and you learn. I feel bad, but you live and you learn. So this is that jig I was using, the Keitech Mono Spin Jig. They also have a 1/16, but I like the 3/32 because the Burro Bug is super buoyant. So I think it just helps it give that right rate of fall. So I know I'm inevitably gonna have someone wondering about a PFD. So I wanna be clear, I do have a life jacket with me, and if I felt like I needed it, I would wear it. A couple things I wanna point out. Number one, this lake has a no motor policy. So the only boats that are on here, they have electric motors. So trolling motors, some of them are even like foot pedal motors, that sort of thing. Additionally, it's pretty shallow in here and it's surrounded by houses. Lastly, the water's pretty warm and I'm a pretty good swimmer. Because this is pretty much a swimming lake, I don't feel too bad about not wearing a life jacket. However, I want to be very clear, I do encourage people to wear life jackets when they're fishing, especially on larger bodies of water. In situations like this, I feel totally safe without a life jacket, and I guess I'm just treating it like a typical day of just swimming and paddleboarding instead of you know, stressing the small stuff. And looky there, my friends. Nice little largemouth. Oh, chill out, Bob. Nice little largemouth, and he freaking wanted that jig. I am really becoming a huge fan of these little jigs, my friends. They straight up catch fish. Here's one. He's right up next to that dock post. What's up, buddy? Nice little chunk. Oh boy, he wants to jump. All right, here we go. Here we go. That's a nice one. That's a nice one, boys and girls. That's a healthy girl. And again, you think that fish wanted that jig? My goodness, they're all taking it down super well, which tells me they like it. I mean, the other thing about it is they don't really have much of a choice because it's obviously a small profile. Oh man. All right, buddy. Nice bass. See you, bud. There's one. He was carrying it. It's a pretty good one. Woo! That's one of my better fish for the day, besides the pike, of course. Nice little chunk, man. Healthy fish. See you, bud. There's one. Well, he ain't much, but he's another fish. Well, it's time to go eat some pizza for dinner, so that's wonderful. But I tell you what else is wonderful is this Keitech Mono Spin Jig paired with the Burro Bug. I love this little rig. It's becoming a total confidence bait for me. I love the fact that it can catch numerous species of fish, but it's primarily bass. I love the fact that, you know, you can finesse it and really fish it kind of like a Ned Rig, but you can also kind of swim it and just kind of use it like a little swim jig. But it's just a tiny little compact profile, and I feel like you are gonna catch some big fish along the way, but you'll catch a lot of fish too. So definitely something I'm really enjoying. I love throwing it on the BFS, just like I said, and all in all, you can definitely plan to see more of this in the future. Have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't clicked subscribe yet, please do so. It really does help. We'll catch you next time. There's one. Hey-oh. Well, that's not exactly a big fish, but it's a fish. It's a yellow perch. Cool. Well, we caught one of them earlier that was an absolute toadzilla, but we're gonna go ahead and end with a little dinkzilla. See you, bud. Cool. I really don't like going through this tunnel. It's kind of spooky.